Alright guys, on Gunslinger Firearms and Gear, we've got a Stoner SR-25. Uh, don't see many of these around. They've been around since 1990. This particular firearm was, the upper and lower were manufactured in 1994, makes this a pre-ban. Pretty early gun as far as a civilian model. The gun was adopted by the military first with the Navy, as far as Navy SEALs and so on. First deployment of the firearm in any kind of action or anything would have been in Somalia. Uh, you know, these have been in TV, movies. Uh, Anybody sees them in a gun shop or at a gun show, it's going to attract a lot of attention. It was the first AR out there, or AR platform, in a 308, other than the original Armalites and so on. But this was an accurized rifle. I mean, its sole purpose to begin with was to be an accurized rifle. I guess some people would say more like a sniper rifle. This one has got a free float fiberglass forearm with a quad rail at the front, stainless steel barrel, adjustable gas system. That's aftermarket, that wasn't original. So I got a LaRue mount with a Bushnell Elite Tactical HDMR scope. And there's something kind of neat with that scope, and I'll come back to that later. It also has a Magpul PRS stock with an AccuShot monopod down here, so it kind of helps steady the gun a little bit and so on when you're on the bench or whatever. Of course, these have a two-stage trigger in them, 20-round box magazine. This one's got the actual Knights Armament magazine in it. They will accept standard, PMags, things like that for the AR 308 platform. Getting back to this scope, what's kind of nifty about it, wasn't used in any action or anything like that, but it actually belonged to Sergeant James Gilliland. That is attributed to making the longest confirmed kill with a 7.62 rifle in Iraq, and that was 1,250 meters. The scope belonged to him. It wasn't on any of his military rifles or anything, but the gentleman that owns this gun, he had traded a scope that he had directly to Sergeant James Gilliland for this one, and it was given to him by Bushnell. So I mean, it's kind of neat to have something that's got a gun that's this prominent, but then something like this that is owned by someone that's that prominent. The kind of what's different about this particular firearm, the upper and lower have got different serial numbers, which after contacting Knights Armament, they thought that was kind of unusual. Both upper and lower manufactured in 1994, but the whole gun itself was not sold until 1998. It's a pre-ban gun because it was manufactured before the gun ban, the 1994 gun ban.
Which gun ban is that you're talking about?
As far as, what people call the Clinton gun ban, the assault weapons ban, the crime bill, whatever you want to call it, which was enacted for 10 years from 94 to 2004 and sunsetted. And of course, we don't have to worry about that anymore. And bye-bye Obama. Thank God Trump's there. I don't think we'll have to worry about that anymore. So, looking at everything as a whole, it's a nicely set up firearm. We're going to take it out. We're going to put a few shots through it, and I'm sure that it's something that I've not personally got to fire before, got to see them, and I know Terry's not had any experience with one either. And we'll get it out. We'll take some shots with it and have some fun and get to learn a little bit more about the SR-25. Well, this is my first time shooting an SR-25. I had touched them, seen them, so on and so forth. Had never had any trigger time with one, and now's my chance. Got a rubber W target set up at 100 yards. Going to attempt a headshot. I don't know exactly where this is sighted in, but I'm sure we're going to find out here pretty soon. rubber dummy just took one right in the Hitler mustache. Uh, so I know where it's shooting now. It's on. So time to put another through it. Right between the eyes. Up. I pulled a little to the right and underneath his left eye. Dotted it back in one of the other holes. It should be it. Yep. That was 5 shots. Recoil wasn't bad. I could acquire my sight back after target, or after shot rather. And the glass is super clear. This Bushnell Elite Tactical is a pretty darn good scope. Overall impressions, it's just a smooth gun. I'm not real keen on the PRS stock. I've had one on an AR of my own, and I took it off. It seems like it makes the gun incredibly heavy. It does give you more adjustment, and of course this is a little long for me. It probably would be just right for Terry. I mean, I got long arms, but I'm thoroughly impressed with the gun. Just first shots, it's pretty good shooter.
I noticed that the bolt did not lock back on the last round.
No, it's got a modification. I'm not sure why on the bolt stop that doesn't allow it to stop on that last shot. So even if it does hold the bolt stop up, it doesn't lock back. I don't know if it's a feature on this particular gun or if it's someone down the line has done that.
I'm going to go ahead and put a 5 through it and see if I can nail Mr. Dummy right in the sternum. And I may go ahead and shoot a couple of other things while we're up here. This is about 1 inch left of the sternum. A little bit left on that one as well. That was my fault. Now, I'm consistently shooting left. So. Nail the bowling pin. Let's see if I can get this this close one here. And it's gone. And that should be the last one. Yep. Very nice. I'm impressed with it. I don't know if I would necessarily want to spend what one of these would cost. I was looking online, and they're a new one's pretty high up there.
Oh yeah, I mean,
so yeah, it's great
because of the fact that it's a pre-band and some different things. I mean, you could see that anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000.
One that I looked at was $12,500.
Yeah,
and that's, I mean, this is definitely a very nice piece of equipment. I don't know what I think about this grip necessarily.
Yeah,
it's a little different.
I didn't quite care for it myself, but that could be changed. All right, I'm going to try a few bowling pins at 100 yards. my head, and it was pretty enjoyable to shoot. I was having so much fun I lost track of rounds, but you know, it's a machine. I really like it. I mean, to me, it's a kind of a piece of military history. I mean, they're still being used now. A lot of semi-automatics are replacing bolt actions in our hands of our snipers. And when you see precision firearms, even that, you know, look the way these do, that can do what they can do, you know, it's good to know something like this is on our side. Terry, what'd you think of it?
I loved it, man. This is the first time that I've actually ever shot a precision rifle like this one. I've shot precision bolt actions a couple times, and I've shot a 308 AR before, but this is a little bit different than just a regular 308 AR.
Oh yeah, I mean, we just practically just had that on 10 power. We didn't even turn this up to the 21 power this is capable of, just shooting at 100 yards. Well, you know, you don't need that. And this gun shoots great. You know, it's a pleasure to get to shoot it. Appreciate the lend of it. My buddy's out there, and he knows who he is. And you know, we have more stuff like this to come. It's one of my dream guns. I mean, you know, growing up and seeing the SR-25 in the hands of Navy SEALs and hearing all that lore, and then to actually have one out on the range here and be able to shoot it, that's kind of a dream come true, you know. But I've got to shoot a lot of neat guns in my lifetime, and this by far is right up there in the top 10 to 5, right in the neighborhood. But we appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, expect more of this. Isn't that right, Terry?
Absolutely.
And we've got more to come, and appreciate you coming along with us. And like us, share, get on YouTube and subscribe. Keep on looking at these videos. And is there any ideas or anything you guys want to see? Let us know. And heck, we'll try to get a hold of stuff. You never know what we can get.
Yeah, we'd love to get a hold of what you guys want to see.
That's right. And actually, if there's anything that you want to see from our past videos that you want to bring up, and maybe we can go back and rehash some of that, no big deal. We can see what we can do. But you know, we appreciate you guys watching, and like I said, expect more.